Alright everyone, Spartan Warrior 5 again here today, opening up my second box of Theros, as I promised in the previous video. If you didn't see the previous video, I unboxed this fat pack of Return to Ravnica. So if you did not go see that video, I'll probably link it in the description below. But today we're not doing Ravnica, we are doing Theros, doing another unboxing of a booster box. And hopefully, much like last time, we will get some pretty good stuff out of this box like last time. And that closed a lot better than the last box. So I think we're going to go from this row, go to that row, go to that row, and just go like that. And since this is a booster box, and last time it took about 40 some minutes, I think all we're going to do is just rare hunt and not go through the uncommons. And our first rare is a Temple of Abandon, the red-green Scryland. So I think this is how we're going to play it out from here on out, unless people preferred the 40-minute long videos. I know that was kind of crazy for my first, booster box opening. Crazy long for 40 minutes. I know not a whole lot of people go that long, but, you know, learn from your mistakes. That's a pretty weirdly cut soldier token. I'll keep that right there. We have a foil Savage Surge, my second foil Savage Surge, and a Nykthos, Shrine to Nyx. Tap it for 1 generic, 2 mana and tap it, choose any color, add to your mana pool that amount of mana equal to your devotion to that color. This is, I think, my third Nykthos that I've been opening in Theros, just in general, not necessarily from the last booster box. Let's see. We've got another soldier token. We have a foil, a Crone Hoplite. Put him with the foils. And a Fire Drinker Satyr. Whenever he's dealt damage, deals that much damage to you. And for 2 mana, he gets +1/+0 until end of turn and deals 1 damage to you. So he's got fire breathing that does damage to you. I don't know how I feel about that card. I think since the last Fat Pack opening, I might try to do Red Devotion since I got that Ash Zealot. But we shall see. And we got a Mistcutter Hydra in this pack for 1 green X. He comes in with X amount of 1/1/+ counters. He cannot be countered and has protection from blue. A very good card for green. And a lot of people play him more so in, like, the sideboard, since he has the protection from blue, but I kind of like him in the main board just because, again, I do green devotion, hit up Nykthos, and just give him an absurd number of counters. And here's another one of those weirdly cut tokens. I don't know, that's kind of weird. I think I'm going to push everything back a little bit too, just so you all can see everything clearly. And we have a Rageblood Shaman as our rare. So for 3 mana, he's a 2/3, he has Trample, and he gives all other Minotaurs, +1/+1 and Trample. Also going to sort of overlay these a little bit more, making room for some other cards. So how are we all liking Theros? Good set? I think we have another Scryland. Yep, Temple of Mystery. Blue-green Scryland. Always nice to get Scrylands, but I'm also looking for Elspeth, Sun's Champion, Ashiok, Nightmare Weaver. I have 3 copies of Xenagos, so I think you know, that would be okay if I didn't get a Xenagos. And we have Shipbreaker Kraken. I think one of my favorite promos. For 6 mana, he's a 6/6, but for 8 mana, he has Monstrosity 4. And when he becomes monstrous, you tap 4 creatures, and they don't untap during that controller's untap step, as long as you control this card. Amazing. I love it. If I'm ever drafting blue, I'd really hope he'd be in my first pack. Just do something with blue and have late game bomb, just utterly decimate the other player. And we have a Chain to the Rocks as our next rare. I don't know how I feel about this card. It's kind of just, you exile a creature for as long as you control Chain to the Rocks, and you enchant a mountain. So get a Chain to the Rocks. He's on a mountain. Moving on. It looks like we have a foil forest, which is always cool to get foil lands. And we have a Curse of the Swine. For 2 blue and X, you turn X amount of creatures into 2/2 boars. Always fun to play. I love that card. I think it's so flavorful and yet so effective at the same time. Because you exile creatures, you can get rid of gods when they're meeting their devotion. You can get rid of big time bombs that are causing trouble. You get rid of a lot of stuff with Curse of the Swine. And we have a Psychic Intrusion. Okay, he's a thing. He's in our box. Almost done with the first column. Then we'll soon be moving on to the middle column. And I think also in the future, if I ever do again another booster box opening, I'm going to be tweeting out which rows you guys want me to start out with. And we have Erebos, God of the Dead, for 4 mana, 5/7 creature. As long as your devotion is 5 or more, your opponents can't gain life. And for 2 mana and paying 2 life, you get to draw a card. That's my second copy of Erebos. Pretty happy to get him. Again, these really weird cut-off, like, token tip cards. That's weird. Now we have an Agent of Fates. For 3 mana, he's a 3/2 with Death Touch, Heroic. Whenever you cast a spell that targets him, each opponent sacrifices a creature. Very effective for Black of Devotion. Also, if you have anything that can target him in black, like Boon of Erebos or the Ordeal of Erebos, a very good card. Also, if you have Bestow creatures, that also does wonders. And a Colossus of Akros. Don't even want to talk about that card. It's just, I mean, in drafting it's okay, I guess. I don't get it. I saw the preview for Theros, saw that card, and was like, but then I was just like, oh, it's terrible. Another weirdly cut token. A land and a Steam Augury for 4 mana. You get to reveal the top 5 cards of your library and separate them into 2 piles. An opponent chooses one of them and put that pile into your hand and the other into your graveyard. So kind of like Jace Architect of Thought, but for 4 mana in Izzet colors. And there's 5 cards instead of 3. So, an interesting card. I don't know how I would want to play it. Another Psychic Intrusion. That's, oh god. Well, this box right now is kind of not doing all too good. But we'll see. We still have a few more packs to go here. We're still in things. Board token, always fun. And Pelucranos World Eater. This box just got a whole lot better for me. 4 mana, he's a 5/5. And with Monstrosity X, when he becomes monstrous, it deals X damage divided as you choose among any number of creatures your opponent controls. Each of those creatures deal damage equal to their power 2 Polukranos. Oh, that's tasty. I've been waiting to get him for a very long time. And now I have him. So, Santa delivered her this Christmas. Another weirdly cut token. I think we have a foil Baleful Eidolon, which is always cool. I like the Baleful Eidolon. And a Swan Song. Counter instant or sorcery spell. Give them a 2/2 flyer. Other cards I'm looking for in this set, obviously Elspeth Ashiok. Got the Polukranos. Boon Satyr's one of those cards I'm looking for. Weirdly cut soldier. Abhorrent Overlord. This is an interesting card for black. Flying, when he enters the battlefield, you get to put a number of 1/1 black harpy tokens onto the battlefield for your devotion to black. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice a creature. I like that card a lot, because you get a 6/6 flyer for 7, which is, you know, I would do better with that, but 6/6 flyer is very hard to deal with. And also, if you have devotion to black, like you're running a mono black deck, that can be very hard to deal with late game. We have a tip card, Swamp, and a Triad of Fates. For 4 mana is a 3/3. For 1 mana tap, put a fate counter on another target creature. White tap, exile target creature that has a fate counter on it, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Black tap, exile target creature, and its controller draws 2 cards. I feel like that card would be incredibly good with something like Grey Merchant of Asphodel. Having you just put a fate counter on Grey Merchant, and then just keep exiling him, putting him back on the field to keep hitting his devotion mechanic. So for black-white, I think that's a pretty good nifty combo. Another board token. Island, and a Master of Waves. For 4 mana, he's a 2/1. He's protection from red. Elemental elemental creatures you have get +1/+1. And when he comes onto the battlefield, you put a number of 1/0 blue elemental creature tokens on the battlefield equal to your devotion to blue. So essentially they become 2/1s instead of 1/1s. Or 0/1, or the 1/0s. They become 2/1s. Because of that, because of his ability. So that is my second Master Waves I've pulled from Theros. That is very cool. Another token. Land. A foil Gainsay. That's pretty cool. And a Titan of Eternal Fire. For 6 mana is a 5/6. Each human creature you control has 1 red mana tap, and it deals 1 damage to a target opponent. Or, yeah, target creature or player. It's okay. I feel like it's decent for drafts. If you're drafting humans. If not, then it's kind of just a 5/6 for 6, which is, you're not getting too much value out of it. Token, land, Spear of Heliod. I love this card, because all your creatures get +1/+1. For 3 mana tap, a destroy target creature that dealt damage to you this turn. It's kind of like a enchantment form, at least in my eyes, of Avenging Arrow. And it's also like a reprint of a different card from an earlier set that I don't remember the name of. So that's my knowledge of Magic. Tip card, Swamp, and a Whip of Erebos. This is an amazingly good card for black. 4 mana, it's a legendary enchantment artifact. Creatures you control have lifelink, and for 4 mana tap it, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste. Exile it at the beginning of your next end step. If it would leave the battlefield, exile it instead of putting it anywhere else. Activate this ability only anytime you can cast a sorcery. That is definitely a good combo with Erebos. Having your opponents not be able to gain life, but you can effectively gain life off the wazoo with all your creatures having lifelink. Tip card, land, foil, Traveling Philosopher. Getting a lot of foils, but not a lot of good foils. And a Bow and Nylea. 3 mana. This is the green enchantment. Attacking creatures you control have Death Touch, and for 2 mana it does a whole buttload of things. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, deals 2 damage to target creature with flying, you gain 3 life, or put the 4 cards from your graveyard on the bottom of your library in any order. It's the Swift Army Knife of Magic, really. I mean, it gets you life, it puts on its counters, it helps you with mill matches, it does everything. It's great. Let's see, we have a tip card, land, a foil Breaching Hippocamp. Again, a lot of these cool foils, but nothing that's really good. Soldier of the Pantheons are rare. 1 white mana is a 2/1. Protection from multicolored. Whenever your opponent casts a multicolored spell, you gain 1 life. Solid rare, nothing too fancy to brag about, but again, he's decent. You know, I'd run him if I was doing white and white. No foil. And Fixes of crap. That card is not even worth talking about. Well, it looks like we're doing okay with this box. I don't think it's as good as our last one. We have a few packs left. Bird token. And it got a lot better now with the Thoughtseize. Target player reveals his or her hand. You choose a non-land card from among them. That player discards it. You lose 2 life. Amazing card. I love it. And now I'm glad to have another copy of it. Come on, let's see some Planeswalkers. Let's see. I don't think we got anything noteworthy. Artisan of Forms. An okay heroic. You get to copy creatures when you target it with spells. It's confusing. I don't get it. It's not that I don't like it. It's just, I don't know. It's weird. I gotta look more into it. I think I know what we got, and I'm pretty excited for it. Boom Satyr! For 3 mana, it's a 4/2. Flash, bestow for 5. Enchanted creature gets +4/+2. A great combat trick in green. He's going to my deck. That is a wonderful pull. Not anything money-wise, but value-wise, he is an amazing card. I wish I had more of him, but so far pulling him has not been in the cards for this guy. And a Fabled Hero. 3 mana, he's a 2/2 with double strike. Heroic gives him a counter. Pulled him last time in our box in foil. This time we have him regular. Come on now. There we go. Token, land, and a Melodious Charlatan. I had a lot of high hopes for this card when I saw him, but he's meh. He's just, I don't know. If someone could find a way to play him, then kudos to that person, but yeah, I'm not feeling him. You know, it's just, yeah. Weirdly cut token, land, Temple of Triumph. A lot of scry lands today. I think we got nearly all of them. I think we're just missing the Temple of Silence and the Temple of Deceit. So I hope we don't pull them, but we got, let's see, I think we got 3 packs left in our box. Oh my goodness, we got a value, kind of, a foil Mistcutter Hydra. That's cool. And a Polis Crusher. For 4 mana, he's a 4/4 with trample, protection from enchantments. For 6 mana, make him monstrous for 3, and whenever he deals combat damage to a player, when he's monstrous, destroy target enchantment. There was our good foil waiting for us. Alright, 3 more chances to pull Elspeth. 3 more chances to pull Stormbreath. Oh, this is gonna be big. Let's see. a Prognostic Sphinx, the Dumbledore Sphinx. For 5 mana, he's a 3/5 flyer. Discard a card, he gains hexproof until end of turn and tap him. It's not Elspeth, it's not Stormbreath. I'm not happy with it. He's kind of just eh. Come on now. Yeah, we have a foil, Spark Jolt. And our rare is Theros, God of the Forge. For 4 mana, he's a 6/5 indestructible. He's a creature as long as your devotion is 5 or more to red. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, he deals 2 damage to each opponent. And for 3 mana, creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. Okay. Last pack of the box. I hope you all enjoyed this unboxing. Leave your comments below about how it's been going and how it's going to end with this last pack. Hopefully we get something good. If it's another Fixes the Pandemonium, I might just scream. But let's find out, shall we? Another crappy soldier token, land, and a Temple of Mystery. Oh, it's a heartbreaker. Elspeth still eludes my grasp. Oh. Alright, let's recap our rares. Let's just pile them all together. And just run through them really quick. If I was looking for Scrylands, this was definitely the box to get. If I was looking for devotion mechanics, this was the box to get. Overall, I'm not utterly disappointed. I'm not, I'm not even finding the right words for this. I'm still happy with it. It's not as good as the first box, though, I think. I don't know. You guys tell me. First noteworthy foil was the Mistcutter Hydra. And then our other foils, before we go into our rares, was the Breaching Hippocamp, Traveling Philosopher, Gainsay, Baleful Eidolon, Spark Jolt, a Crone Hoplite, and the Sapid Surge. Our rares was Psychic Intrusion, Temple of Abandon, Swan Song, Pelugranos, World Eater, Erebos, God of the Dead, a second Mistcutter Hydra, Fire Drinker Satyr, Nykthos Shrine to Nyx, Master of Waves, Triad of Fates, Colossus of Akros, Agent of Fates, Temple of Mystery, Rageblood Shaman, Melodous Charlatan, a Fabled Hero, Soldier of the Pantheon, Bow of Nylea, Abhorrent Overlord, Whip of Erebos, Spear of Heliod, Titan of Eternal Fire, a second Psychic Intrusion, Steam Augury, Curse of the Swine, Chained to the Rocks, Shipbreaker Kraken, Boom Satyr, Artisan of Worms, Thoughtseize, Pyxis of Pandemonium, Polis Crusher, Temple of Triumph, Prognostic Sphinx, Temple of Mystery, and Theros, God of the Forge. So I want to thank you all for watching this, coming along and checking out the box. Leave your comments below about what I can do to improve these videos if I ever do another box opening in the future. And yeah, so I hope you all enjoyed. Peace out. Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed the holidays and everything. And I'll talk to you all soon. Peace out, and as always, have a great day.